Hey guys, Marcy here with Valmar Health. So I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving and I have been trying to put my Thanksgiving meal in my head, and this year I'm going to be serving my traditional berry pie, and then I'm also going to be doing a vegan pumpkin pie. And so in preparation, I started craving my traditional berry pie. So I thought I might just do a YouTube video to share with you this berry pie. Now this berry pie is actually a knockoff from Marie Callender's Razzleberry Pie. I grew up having Marie Callender's Razzleberry Pie because it had artificial sweeteners, and so it was basically sugar-free. And so it was one of the very few things, like 30 years ago when I was a little kid, that didn't have sugar in it. So since then, I realized that the sweeteners that Marie Callender's uses, I don't really want to eat as much. So I created this recipe. So what we're going to be using is a mixed berries. These are frozen mixed berries. I get these, this is a Woodstock brand. I didn't even know that. Anyways, you go ahead and you just throw them in a pot. And I use 2 bags of mixed berries. Then I am absolutely in love with organic sweet dark cherries. I feel like it gives it a really good sweet taste. It says tear here. How do I tear here? Almost tear here. God, whoa, tear here. That's what they were talking about. Okay, so I do 2 extra bags of mixed cherries, organic dark cherries, because it gives that little extra sweetener. So in this pie, we're not actually going to be using sugar or any type of sweetener. What we're going to be using is an apple juice concentrate. So this apple juice concentrate is frozen concentrate apple juice from fresh, pure, whole apples. Absolutely 0 sugar with this, included in this, excuse me. So I do one of these cans and basically 4 bags of frozen fruit. Then I take a little bit of vanilla extract, just pour probably a teaspoon of vanilla extract in there, and we're gonna go ahead and let this boil and let these flavors start to mush together. Fast forward a couple of minutes, and now we have my berries and my apple juice concentrate at a rapid boil, and it's really starting to smell very berry. But as you could tell, like, it's very liquidy, like this liquid is just draining through my spoon. So what we're gonna do to thicken it is I've got some cornstarch and I've got some cold water. Yes, it's still cold. So cold water is the key. So I just got my spoon wet. That's okay. So the cornstarch is going to be 2 tablespoons approximately of cornstarch, and you put it in your cold water and you stir it up. So there's 1, 2. So you stir this up and you make sure your cornstarch is fully dissolved in the cold water, because if you add cornstarch into boiling water, it's just gonna clump up and you will never be able to get that unclumped. I made a peach pie one time, which was basically peaches and apple juice concentrate, and I put a little bit of pineapple concentrate too, and I accidentally put the cornstarch in there and it clumped up and it was horrible. I had to throw the whole thing away. So as you could tell, the cornstarch has completely dissolved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this cold liquid into my boiling hot water, and this is going to thicken my berry mixture. So you have to constantly stir it. Once you put the cornstarch in there, you have to stir it constantly, because what that is going to do is it's going to allow you to keep everything from not sticking to the bottom of your pan. If you just let it go, everything's going to get really gummy and really sticky. So as you could tell, it's already getting a little, well, you might not be able to tell, but I can. It's already getting a little bit thicker. So it'll just take a couple of minutes and then it'll be nice and thick. Okay, this looks fantastic now. It is getting a lot thicker. I don't know if you could tell through the video, but what is going to be happening is once this cools, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off the fire. Once this cools, it will really thicken very nicely. So I usually just leave it on the stovetop and I do other things. I go put my kids to sleep, I make them lunch, whatever, and I just leave it here for about an hour or so and I let it cool naturally. And then once it cools, it actually thickens up quite a bit even more. So after this is done, it's super easy. You just get basic, you could either make your pie crust or you get basic store-bought pie crust or anything like that, but make sure it has no dairy, no sugar in it, which is really hard to find. But in my next video with my pumpkin pie, I'm gonna be featuring a pie crust that is super awesome and it's vegan. And so make sure you watch that video. But what I do is I roll up my pie crust and I put it on the bottom. I dump all this into my pie crust and then I lay a pie crust on top. And it's nice if you get like cookie cutter things and you could put, you know, different type of patterns, leaves or flowers or anything like that. It's really cute. And then you just bake this at 350 according to your pie crust directions, I guess I should say, because sometimes like this box pie crust that I have, it's like 350 for 12 minutes because this is cooked. You don't have to worry about this being cooked. You don't have to worry about cooking it anything else. You just have to worry about cooking your pie crust. And so whatever your pie crust instructions are, that's what you do. And then this can be served hot or cold. And I usually like to put some vegan vanilla ice cream with it, which is really awesome. And if you really aren't a pie person, you can actually use this berry consistency, this berry syrupy stuff in other things. Like you could put it on top of ice cream just by itself. Sometimes I eat it just by itself. Like my kids go to sleep and I like scoop some into a bowl and I like eat it and it's so good. It's so sweet that you wouldn't even know there isn't any sugar in it at all. No sweeteners whatsoever. So anyway, so that's how you make my famous raspberry pie. I am hoping that you guys try it and you love it just as much as I do and my family does. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you guys have any additional things that you have done with this berry consistency. Like if you come up with a new and improved way of using this, I want to know about it. I want to know how you like it. I want to know how your family likes it. And I hope that you guys enjoy your holiday season and enjoy all the pies that you can eat.